This store I'm in front of here at Bay and Yonge was commissioned in 1895 for the Simpsons department store chain, which was then taken over by the Bay. It became a Bay store in 1991, and this store is just one of 6 in Canada, 3 here in the GTA, that will remain open after the liquidation of the Bay chain begins on Monday. In an 8th-floor courtroom in downtown Toronto, a company with more than 350 years of Canadian retail history faced the end of the line.
This is a sad day, in my view, for HBC, which is a Canadian icon, and a sad day ultimately for the employees.
It's an iconic department store. It's gone. Hopefully it's coming back.
But coming back doesn't sound very possible anymore. An Ontario Superior Court judge granted what the Bay and creditors asked for: liquidation. More than 80 stores across the country, but not all. For now, the flagship store in downtown Toronto will remain, another at Yorkdale Mall, one of the busiest retail hubs in Canada, and a third in Richmond Hill, north of Toronto, and 3 more stores in and around Montreal. Every store west of Ontario and east of Quebec destined to close.
I do not see Hudson's Bay Company celebrating its 355th birthday coming up on May 2nd.
How this turns out is a big unknown for the 6 stores.
The court heard the company hasn't been able to find new investors. It's reported to owe about $1 billion to creditors. The liquidation, bad news for Hudson's Bay employees.
Given the population of 9,400 employees, mass termination ultimately will lead to severance claims in excess, probably well in excess of $100 million.
For shoppers,
I am from India, so whosoever comes in Toronto, everyone wants to go to the Hudson Bay only because we find so much good variety over like all brands.
It's nice to keep the flagship, but it's not going to be the same. This is an iconic, the country was founded on this, and it's going to be hard to see it go.
So you hear a lot of nostalgia. I just spoke to one of our Global News viewers from Sault Ste. Marie, Rena, who just came up to say she never shops downtown when she's here, but she wanted to see the Bay today. And that's indicative of what's been going on for the last week. Since this whole announcement of possible liquidation, they've been selling a lot of merchandise, a lot of cash flow, to the point that they don't need an interim loan that they've been able to get. So again, this store, one of the 6 that won't be liquidated. The others begin on Monday. And a point, if you've got a gift card or a gift certificate at the Bay, those are good, but only if you use them up until April the 6th. Shalima.
A lot of important information right there. Thanks so much for that, Seán.